Good people, what's going on? Unfortunately, this is one of those videos where I'm explaining to you all why I'm getting out the game. Now, as y'all have seen, my YouTube production has definitely slowed a lot. But not only that, I'm getting out of the sport bike game as well. No more track days for me. No more street riding on any sport bikes. I'm keeping a Harley. But to give y'all a quick explanation for those of y'all with attention span shorter than Tyrion Lannister, basically I'm giving up track riding because it's not as enjoyable as it used to be. And I feel like with such a risky sport, you got to be 100% in it. And if you ain't 100% in it, then you might as well get about. And that's how I'm feeling about it. With the YouTube thing, I'm giving up on that because I didn't reach the level of success that I hoped for myself. Now, with that being said, I ain't bitching about it. You know, I ain't complaining or saying it's the algorithm's fault or nothing like that. There's definitely things I could have done better. Number one, I think, or the thing that I dislike most about my channel, especially early on, I don't think I was being 100% myself. Not saying that I was faking, but I was only giving y'all a softened, well-polished version of myself. I was trying to speak too proper sometimes. And I was doing all this, I think, in an effort to prevent some criticisms. And I think that made me come off. I don't know how y'all received it, but to me, when I watch it back, I ain't like that. That wasn't necessarily who I be. So that was mistake number one. Mistake number two, I think that I wanted this to be more profitable. So I should have treated it more as a business instead of so much as a hobby, and so much so as me trying to save personal face. So my thoughts now are, if you want to do something in the social media space, you got to go above and beyond. You can't be trying to hold back and protect whatever image it is that you have personally. You have to not necessarily fake, but you have to be that character that it is that you want everybody to see. Like, for example, I'm Master Yoshi, right? How am I going to be Master Yoshi, but I ain't, a master of the bike? Things of that nature. And so I think, me holding back a lot and me not doing clickbaity type things could have been part of my issue of not growing. Me being too proper, not being, enough of myself, not injecting enough personality. Now, the later my channel, or the older my channel got and the later in my YouTube journey, I did start trying to inject some more of myself into some things. And some of my favorite videos, I'll post links to them down below. But some of those favorite videos are definitely when I'm being more myself, where some of my sense of humor shines through a little bit more. Another interesting thing that I found, I talked to a lot of people about this and they're like, don't give up. A lot of people feel that I shouldn't give up. And to me, I'm like, at what point do you? Do you never give up? I was even in a Facebook group of YouTubers and they're like, oh yeah, you should never give up. Well, that sounds a little bit like insanity, right? If you keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. Now, I feel that, of course, you could say, you could try a different form of content with your motorcycle content. And I feel like I've done that. I felt like I've, put lots of effort into it. I've squeezed all my creative juices out. I've put so much effort into being good at this thing, and to get the results that I've gotten is discouraging. And it's like, at what point do you call it quits? You know what I'm saying? And other aspects of life, you don't tell people to keep going. If somebody trying to make a football team and they trash, you don't tell them to keep going. I feel like I'm trash in comparison to what I want this YouTube to become. Now, of course, it is frustrating because, I might have a biased style, but I feel like some of my content is better than people who are more successful than me on the platform. That's not blaming the platform or anything, because I feel in life, it takes skill, a little bit of luck, things got to go your way. It is what it is. Again, I don't want y'all to think I'm out here just bitching. That ain't what it is. I'm just unhappy with my level of growth. And let me explain that a little bit more. So when I first got monetized, I think I was getting around 70 to 100 followers or subscribers a month. And the views were around 10,000 views a month, between 7 to 10,000. That amount of growth has been the same since the time I became monetized until now, until today. Even today, when I haven't posted a long form video in over 3 months, and I've done less than probably 5 videos this whole year, that amount of growth is the same. So can you imagine the amount of burnout you feel when you're doing 2 videos a week and your growth at the end of the month is still the same? Shit frustrating. It's like, it would take me 10 years to get to 10,000 subs. And who want to do that? Who want to spend 10 years grinding on YouTube? Because YouTube is a grind for show. to all the successful YouTubers, you know, I salute you because it's a grind for real. And another thing that I don't necessarily agree with is people say, well, you should be in it because you like it. That's true, but if you're trying to capitalize on something, you got to have good business practices as well. You know, some people are fortunate to capitalize on doing something that they truly love, but it takes work as well. And so just having love for it ain't enough. You gotta be willing to grind for it, I feel like. So I did love everything I was doing in front of the camera. Like even working on the bike, I enjoy that. I enjoy working with my hands, completing projects, vinyl wraps. I enjoyed all of that stuff. It's behind the camera work that sucks. That damn editing. Don't nobody want to do that. I damn sure didn't. And of course there was that subtle love for it. I'd say I was probably about 70-30. 70 being wanting to make something big of this YouTube channel, 30% doing it all for the love. So when I first started, of course I had aspirations of this being able to be my sole source of income. Not my sole, but my primary, my biggest source of income. I was hoping that this one day would be able to pay all my bills. And, you know, had aspirations of being able to buy different motorcycles, ride different motorcycles, you know. And then when I transitioned over to track, you know, I was envisioning being able to have this channel pay for me to go all around the country, ride different tracks, and even go outside of the country to ride different tracks. And yeah, since that ain't happened, this is where we at. But for all the support I did receive and continue to receive, I do want y'all to know that that is 100% appreciated. Everybody who's ever commented something positive or speaking about how I've helped in some way, greatly appreciated. And that's some of the things that help me keep going. Because like I said, it's like if you're putting all this effort into something, you want at least a little something back. You want a little something. I mean, I understand some people just upload whatever they want to YouTube and they have no want to make anything of it. But I did though. You do you. I was trying to do me. I was trying to make a little money, but it ain't working. So it is what it is. So also talking about not giving up. Of course, everybody who's successful in something obviously didn't give up in what they're successful in. But not giving up doesn't mean that you're ever going to be successful. And it seems like from everybody I've talked to who is of the opinion, keep going. It seems like that's the overall opinion, you know? Keep going, don't give up, you'll reach success. I don't think that's how the world works. I really don't. I really do not. Now, I could be flawed in my way of thinking, but that's the way I see the world. Sometimes it's better to pivot and focus your efforts on something else. You know, there's a meme or a picture of somebody that was digging for diamonds, right? And then he turns around. I'm going to just find a picture of the meme. But what if there was never diamonds and he turns around and starts digging or doing something else and he finds success in something else? So that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm pivoting, you know. This time, what I'm pivoting to, I'm not trying to make it my career or anything like that. This time, I'm going to more so enjoy what I'm doing and make sure I keep more so of a love and keep my expectations low for it. I think that might also help because, again, with this YouTube thing, I was like 70-30. 70% wanting to make something big of it, 30% enjoying it. What I'm doing now, it's like 90-10. 90% enjoying it, 10% it's like, hey, if something comes from it, cool. And I think I'll take it with the same. I'll go with it the same way. I'll do it until I don't enjoy it anymore or until it doesn't seem worth it anymore. So with motorcycle riding, or with riding on track at least, I don't like riding sport bikes on the street anymore because after you see what they can do on the track, riding them on the street is boring as hell. And I don't want to be bored on the street, but I also don't want to risk life, limb, or license to ride a sport bike. And I feel like that's kind of course I could not push. I could ride like I used to when I first started riding. But that's what the Harley is for. It's so much more comfortable. Put some music on, all that good stuff. But I digress. Getting back to what I was saying, what I'm doing now, it's like 90% all enjoyment, 10%, yeah, if something cool happens from it, cool. If not, oh well. And another reason I'm getting out of the sport bike game is the smile per dollar ratio. It costs a lot of money to run these things on track, and the amount of happiness it's giving me ain't really worth how much it's costing me. There's other things I can do for fun that'll cost a lot less. Or there's other things that I could do that necessarily aren't as fun, but they cost way less. So that ratio is a little bit better. You feel me? But to tell y'all what I'm getting into now, damn fly. What I'm getting into now is stand-up comedy. So this to me is kind of a pivot because I'm still going to be somewhat on social media. I'm still going to be trying to entertain, because that's exactly what this motorcycle channel was. It's entertainment. That was the point of it. So I'm not giving up on being an entertainer per se, but I'm definitely giving up on this Yoshi shit. At least for now. If you can see behind me, there's 2 CBRs, and over to my left, there's my race CBR. So one of them is about ready to sell. My race bike is ready to sell, and that other one back there that looks all beat to shit, I'm gonna build that up for my little baby brother. So I might make some content out of that. I ain't too sure yet, because what sucks about making content is basically any maintenance you do, you could at least double the time it takes to do it, because you got to make sure your shit is in frame, all that nonsense, and then you've got to edit the video afterwards. So I think I've ranted long enough. I don't even think I'm going to try to edit this too much to make it entertaining. I want y'all to see my thoughts as they come out. But I do appreciate all the love and support y'all given over the years, because it's been some years. God damn. And one other thing I'd like to mention, what's really interesting and what kind of sucks about right now, I've put the least amount of effort ever into the channel this year. But this year, the channel's made the most amount of money it's ever made. So a bunch of my old content is kind of getting some traction. And what's unfortunate is some of my low effort shit is the most successful shit. Now, I'll show you that short where I was trail breaking when I really wasn't. That's my most successful short, and my most successful video is just me doing a motor vlog talking about if the CBR 600RR is a good beginner bike. Now, of course, I tried to replicate and duplicate these type of videos as if that was the winning formula. I've done that, and those videos don't take off like, or hadn't taken off like the most successful ones have. So it is what it is. I tried a whole bunch of different things. If y'all have been keeping up with me for the longest, y'all know that. Who else was rapping on videos? Who else was making their own beats, trying to be 100% unique for you all? Doing the Real Talk Thursdays, all that. I tried different forms of content for you all, maintenance, all that good stuff. Didn't work out. I wasn't that great at it. It is what it is. Oh, one more thing. Y'all see this shirt? This shirt kind of tough, ain't it? You know, I'm doing one more order of them. You know, I know I'm getting out the game, but if you want you a shirt like this, hit me up on Instagram. I gotta run one more section because a couple of the homies ain't get one and they want one. So if y'all want one, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. Instagram is master_Yoshi, I believe. If not, I should be pretty easy to find on there. But it's been real. I appreciate y'all. And as I always say, y'all stay blessed. Don't be too stressed. That's Yoshi out. Peace. Good motherfucker. Bye, ain't it? Yeah, I know it is.